Top of the morning, top of the evening, top of the night, whatever time zone you are on, we're going to continue looking at the Kenneka Jenkins case. Let's go. Let's get started. If you have submitted your formal complaint to the Attorney General in the state of Illinois, leave a Y in the comment section for yes, or leave a thumbs up. If you have submitted your formal complaint to the Attorney General in the state of Illinois, leave a Y in the comment section for yes, or leave a thumbs up. Continue to send your formal complaints to the Attorney General in the state of Illinois. Also continue to send your formal complaint to the senators in the state of Illinois. Trust me, it is working. Let's keep the pressure on. Let's keep applying pressure. This is our democracy. This is our right. This is what democracy looks like. We demand justice, and we're going to get it. Don't stop. Keep going. Let's make sure they are getting that work. We don't give up. We don't recant. We don't back. We can regroup, but we will not recant. Let's move forward. Let's continue to move forward. This is what justice looks like. This is democracy. Disclaimer: in accordance to the Copyright Act of the United States of America, Sections 106, 106A, 107, and the others, fair use. I have a right to use the videos, pictures, materials, and the like, etc. 4. Criticisms, comments, new reportings, teachings, scholarships, and research. This information is now a matter of public records in accordance to the United States of America Freedom of Information Act. As we continue to look at the Kenneka Jenkins case, we know for a fact that the Crown Plaza had a duty to preserve all relevant information pertaining to the incident that occurred on their property involving Kenneka Jenkins. I cannot stress that enough. We know that the police department in Rosemont, right along with the Crown Plaza Hotel, came out and spun a false narrative. The police department cannot speak to the authenticity or the integrity of the data. They did not go in to electronically retrieve the information themselves, nor did they send a specialized forensic team in. They let the hotel general manager turn over vital information to them that they should have collected. One of the issues I had with the autopsy results were the lividity in Kenneka's body. I'm going to play a clip, and I'm going to let one of the #1 pathologists in the world explain why.
What supports your view that the stomach normally empties 90 to 95% within 2 hours of the meal having been eaten?
It's a commonly recognized view.
That's right. One of the points the defense has tried to make is because the stomach contents weren't kept, that is evidence that would have exonerated O.J. Simpson.
Lividity is the settling of blood to dependent parts of the body, right, sir?
No, it isn't the settling of blood. The blood doesn't move after death. But if the body is put on its back, a secondary lividity develops in time. And I think what we see on Miss Simpson is a secondary lividity.
If the lividity is fixed, sir, it will not cause a shifting of the coloration as there can occur if the lividity is not fixed. Isn't that correct, sir?
No, that's absolutely wrong. That's the problem. When the body is moved, there's fixed.
What's important to remember in every trial,
secondary lividity comes up in the other spot.
Furthermore, if they were not looking for specific things when they were examining Kenneka's body, they missed it. They missed it. Now, here's a body being exhumed, and this pathologist determined this lady didn't commit suicide. She was actually murdered. See how people miss things? These pathologists and medical examiner offices need to be held accountable, and they have got to do a thorough job so families can have closure.
have you been following the civil proceeding?
Yes, I followed that very closely. This case is certainly among the top 5 to 6 in my entire career that have meant so much to me because of what I believe was a cover-up and a rush to judgment. But in any event, I dealt with the scientific findings, and they were quite clear. As has been pointed out, the fracture of the cricoid cartilage beneath the Adam's apple, that was fractured. The cricoid cartilage is rarely fractured in cases of hanging, but frequently fractured in cases of manual strangulation. Then you've got that tremendous force. She just jumped off 9 feet, 2 inches below the balcony. Then you would well have partial decapitation. You definitely would have a fracture or dislocation of the cervical vertebrae. That part of the neck was completely clear. No hemorrhage, no fracture, no dislocation, nothing. And I want to say this, Dr. Phil, that I've done about 20,000 autopsies. I cannot remember a case in which a woman committed suicide completely naked. Women do not do this. And then this 5'2" woman getting herself up over a 3-foot balcony with the ankles bound so tightly that there were bruises of the calf muscles, the wrist tied behind her back, and then the ligature around her neck, and a long sleeve shirt overlying the ligature with a sleeve stuffed into her mouth. I am astounded that the law enforcement people and the medical examiner there signed this case off as they did as a suicide. I was delighted to hear the verdict. And one more thing, Dr. Phil, if I may say, talking about the absence of all of that DNA. We have an axiom which forensic pathologists should be reminded of, and the absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Any touching, as you have said, Dr. Phil, is going to result in some transference of something, even if we shake hands. There's no other explanation but to conclude that someone have to have cleared all of that physical material, whatever it might have been. So it's, for me, a strong case, and the jury verdict indicates that they felt the same way.
Well, doctor, does this case need to be reopened?
Yes, Dr. Phil, I believe that it does.
We are going to conclude right here. You all have a pleasant evening and a pleasant night. Bye-bye.